Hello everyone, this is Nick with ZeroTechnologies.net LLC. This is another update for Desolate Star. I think it's January 18th, 2016. It's 4:30 in the morning, so I don't really know. Anyway, that's a really horrible shot of where we are in the game, so let me go back over to the editor here and move the player around a little bit. While I'm doing that, I've made a few updates to the game. Most of it has been lighting related. I have not had a whole heck of a lot of time to do too much more work. Found a few more assets that I'm going to be purchasing probably in the next week or so to add a little bit more to the asteroids around the planet. I know I haven't really gone over that hardly at all, but eventually that will be something the player can interact with, of the asteroids. Just something fun to play with. As you can see there in the lower left hand corner, that is the latest space level addition that I've added. That's the second asteroid level. What you're looking at there is the bay entrance. There's actually two entrances on this level, one from the loading bay and then one from the side entrance, which I will move the player so you can kind of see that. It's in the top right corner of the glowing things over there. I'll kind of go in over there. I'll take a look. So you can kind of see what that looks like. That's just the entrance. It is pretty dark, mainly because of where the sun is right now. I don't have a script yet built to move the asteroids and make them rotate as they need to around the planet. That's not quite done yet. But that's the side entrance. Like I said, I changed some of the lighting, increased the density on the smoke, or on the fog particle there. Let me swing around to the bay, and then I'll move the character and show that. So that's the bay entrance. It's very, very well lit. Again, all the entrances are going to be lit because ideally I want the entire asteroid to actually move around the planet naturally, along with everything else. I've been working on that level a little bit last weekend. I think I showed a few screenshots, but I'm not entirely sure. But I will load up that level and show that shortly. And I also kind of want to show how the lighting changes have altered what I've already shown. So that's the first level that I've been showing off for some time now. That's the main asteroid from the dark side. Again, ideally it'll move and orbit around the planet as everything else does. And I'll just kind of show the planet from different angles here, or rather the asteroid from different angles. There's the light side. Now we're not talking the force. And here's the undercarriage where there's some more reactors. And I'll move the player around so then I can just kind of run through the map here a little bit, if I can get centered correctly. Alright. Okay, move him over to the door. So I did fix the bug in, I think, one of my last videos, where when you open the door, there's a black box back there that keeps the rocks from poking through. That was actually sliding down with the door. I did manage to fix that. So I'm going to correct my player's rotation here and actually use the game, move forward a little bit. And actually, I'm going to spin around here a little bit and show you guys how everything looks interior-wise. So you can still see the asteroids through the windows there. I don't like how the light is refracting off of the glass there, so I'll probably either take that off or change that in some way so it's not so obnoxious. And get turned around a little bit more here. You can kind of see it's a little bit more bright. You can see things a little bit better. What I had before, I felt like it was a little too dark, especially with the camera effects that I was using. So we'll go into the first level. And it's loading. Here we are. And as you can see, this room already looks significantly different. The light pillars that are there, actually I'll come over to this one over here, it looks a little bit different. I moved the actual light object a little bit closer to the lamps, increased the intensity and the range of the lights, but being so close to the lamp, it created a very interesting effect. I increased the red on the ground lamps just to make them a little more visible. Made a rather interesting lighting effect in the room too. I haven't fixed all the colliders in here, so I'm not going to go running off the path quite yet. I did increase the size of the wall over there, so if the player does jump down there and run around, they can actually look over the edge, but I don't have anything down there yet, so it's not really worth it. We'll go in here. I did add a little bit more lighting in here as well, just so the player could kind of see where they were going. Again, change the lighting pillars so they're not so obnoxious. But these crystals in here are really amazing. I really like the work done on this asset. I'm going to run through here. Actually, I'm going to take a look at this. So the room looks a little bit different with the red lit up a little more. And then the light pillars. It's not so dead. Probably do some more work on that later. Definitely not done working on this room. Still not quite happy with the area lighting that's up there. I'll probably take away some of those pillar lights that are over there too. And of course fill in this area over here because it's very, very blank and empty. Took out the door here, so this shouldn't... it doesn't hiss anymore. I've got to fix some colliders on that wall over there because I kind of hodgepodged that together. I did fix some of the colliders in here, but not all of them. Haven't really done much with the lighting in here, though. I'm not really sure what to use this room for yet. But I'll be increasing some of the lighting around the reactors there, and there. And I need to fix the collider on the shelves here because they're non-existent. You can walk right into them. Anyway, we'll move on to the next area over here. And I haven't increased the red on these yet either, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. I kind of like how they're a little bit dimmer, but I'll have to play with that a little bit. I did add colliders to the pipes now, so you can't walk through the pipes. I haven't added colliders on the dials yet for triggers. I'm going to add those and then a raycast from the player, so when they're actually pointing directly at the wheel, like so, then it'll give them an interact message, and then you can interact with it, and each pipe will do something different. Same with the computers here, and I'm going to end up deleting that one because I can't get the image working there. Increase that light a little bit, turn on some shadows. Actually put a wall collider over here. I need to fix it obviously, but so you can't go running through the wall anymore. And we'll come down here. I need to flesh this out a little bit more. There's just not much there. Added some colliders here so you can't go running through the crates. Anti-aliasing is basically off right now, just to keep it going. I will probably end up removing these. I don't really like how random they are. They're just kind of there. They don't really serve a purpose. The doors on here, I figured out what's wrong with them. The publisher of the asset apparently didn't finish their script or something. I don't know. But that does not work, but I will fix that. And then all of the lighting in these rooms has been turned up a great deal. I've removed... I just now realized that there's a hole in the back of my level. I've removed the lights that were in front of the windows because they were creating a random refraction. But I'll end up having to put a black box over that so that you can't see that and you can't see open space because you're inside an asteroid. I haven't fixed all the colliders on the pipes yet. I'm still working on that. And I'll show you the other room real quick, which is right here. Added colliders to the computers. Those will be triggers. Player will be able to interact with those as well. The bed's not going to really do anything with those right now, I don't think. A little bit darker down this hallway, but you can see the pipes a little bit better now. So I'll probably amp up the lighting on these two pillars a little bit, but I kind of like how it looks right now. And we still have the player's light too, the headlamp, which is turned on by the tilde or accent key in the top left of your keyboard. So you still have that, so the player can see a little bit better. Sort of quasi-fixed the colliders, and here there weren't any at all, so I added a mesh collider. Still testing that. I don't really like how it flows, though, so I'll probably end up changing that. And finally, the laboratory. As you can see, this room looks amazingly different from what it was before. All of the lights are casting shadows, especially the red firelight from that thing that shall not be named. That thing right there. Added a collider on the desk, pipe, some of the walls, not all of them. But as you can see over here, the lights around the reactors are a little bit brighter. I'm going to do the same thing in the other room once I figure out what the purpose of that room is going to be. Random rock sticking up out of the ground for some reason. And of course this computer over here will be useful. The player will be able to use that. There, all kinds of fun things in here to work with. But mainly the lighting in here was the big thing. I spent about an hour setting it up where I wanted it to be. I really wanted that object to feel very, very ominous. I will probably actually end up turning down some of the lights over here a little bit so it's not so conflicting from red to blue like that. I do want the red light to kind of fill out the entirety of the room here. I just wanted it to be a little more obvious that it was not a pleasant object. Still working on the steam here. With the red light, it's not as obvious as I like it to be. So I'll probably increase the density on that a little bit, mess with that. That's pretty much it on that. So this is the first level that I'm going to try to get completely done, interactive and all, before the Kickstarter is ready. So it will be part of essentially the demo map, the demo playable demo file. And while we're doing that, speaking of, let me go try to figure out the best way to do this. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and stop the game. And actually, I'm going to load up. Let's see. What monitor am I on? Okay, monitor 2. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save. Always save. Save project. Go up to my scenes folder, and I'll show you what I've got so far on the other. If I can figure out which one it is. Sorry, I'm going to have to go through quite a few levels here. Alright. Okay, so the whole thing is currently washed out by a white light, so it's easier for me to build onto. But this is the larger asteroid that you saw earlier. This is going to be the player entrance. He'll come in through here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to probably... Let's see. Let me turn off all the washout lights here so you can actually see what it's going to sort of look like. Off. Okay, so the player will be here, so they'll have their headlamp and there will be other lights going on, so you can kind of see what the entrance is going to look like in the game. Something a lot like that. And let me go ahead and turn this light back on so we can flesh out this room. Ka-chunk. I've added quite a bit to the cave asset. I kind of sectioned off certain parts of it. Like that whole wall right there is an addition from another asset. Actually, I think it's from the same asset, just modified. Because I want the player going this way, straight in and out of the room. This is going to be a really small, really direct level. They're going to come in here, they're going to go out through there. So there's all kinds of fun things you can look at, and there's some broken pillars and rocks laying around everywhere. This level is not even considered alpha yet. I'm not even close to fleshing this level out yet. Here's the next little area. Lights off. Okay. So you're going to come through the hallway. There's going to be a room back here. It's going to have all kinds of crazy stuff in it that the player is going to interact with and do. I'm going to have to level out the floors there. And let me go back over to the loading dock area. So I'm going to do a real quick fly through and then we'll come back. Alright, so this is the loading dock area. As you can see, the lights are about the same. That one's kind of obscured by a rock, but it's there. So I'm going to turn on this light. So you can kind of see the room. L2 click. There we go. Alright, so modified the entrance again, or modified the level asset. Added some pillars, make it look a little bit more like a support area. And we're going to come around here. This is the gateway. The loading dock is rather small. But the assets that I'm going to put in here will make it actually look like a loading dock, so it won't be so bad. There's the gateway archway, which I really enjoyed that piece of the asset, so I had to use it. Just had to. Coming in here, I'm going to take a look at this room. Don't think I have a washout light in here. Let me take a look. There's another one. That one's on. That one's on. And I'll just turn them all back on. Alright. So, come through the archway. I leveled out the floor over here. There's going to be some more technical crap over there. There's a whole area over here that the player is going to be able to interact with. All these little wheels and pipes and everything that the player is going to have to do certain things with. Area down there for storage, and of course the little ramp up here. I'm going to have to put a ramp asset or something there. I'm going to come up here. I'll kind of get over here so you can see the whole room. Let me get a good place. So it's a really large room. So I have room to go up, to build up in the assets and everything. But I've got a little area over here, down there. All this down here that the player is going to actually interact with. And all those lights and everything turn on. Let me actually get the camera over here. And turn off all my washout lights. So you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Let me turn on monitor 1. Like that. See, it looks pretty good. And I'll move over here so you can kind of see it the way that the player will see it. Yoink. Right there. So it's pretty dark right now. I don't have a whole lot of lights in it yet, but that's just the ambience from the pipes that are in the ground right now. Turn all my washout lights back on, and we'll go kind of zooming around the level. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done a whole lot with this particular level yet, but this in conjunction with the other one will hopefully make up a demo enough for everyone to enjoy before the Kickstarter campaign is ready. This is the mining area, or will be the mining area. All the crystals and everything. Let me go ahead and turn off the washout light. You can kind of see what it's going to look like. We've got some lights here and there. Player will be able to do quite a bit in here. It's going to be kind of important. Crystals are going to be either a power source or a crafting material of some sort. There's not going to be a huge crafting system, just a little bit to get started. I kind of wanted to make this room look like we started to do a mining operation in this area, and it completely foobarred all over the place. So there's still crystals growing everywhere. There's still some rocks falling down, all kinds of fun stuff. And the player can go around here. There's going to be another room over here. So I haven't really done anything with this part of the map yet. I've just kind of sealed it off. Closed it off with some closed-in rooms. This is the interior of the asteroid, remember, so we don't need a whole lot going out. So we have the loading dock over here, and then, oops, where am I? Then we have the player side entrance over here, and of course we've got some concrete up there to kind of close off the skylights and everything that were in the asset. And I'll go zooming back through here. And again, this is just one of the entrances on this particular level. So we'll go ahead and save that. And we'll go back to the other. Oops, that's no longer the Desolate Star, so that's rather hilarious. Must fix. Okay, that's the new Desolate Star. So it'll be something like that. So that's what I have so far. Most of it, like I said, was lighting work. I'm still trying to get a hold of all of the assets that I want to use. Thankfully, most of them have gone down in cost a great deal, whether it be for the holidays or just for giggles. They've gone down in price, and I'm very grateful for that. So I'll be picking up some of those tonight. Working on the asteroids going around the planet. Hopefully trying to get an orbital rotation for the both of the asteroids that you see there, the top right and the top left. The player's little escape pod that you see there, the little white dot. I haven't really decided if I'm going to keep that or not, but I do like how I fleshed out the interior with actual computers and objects, and I'll zoom in over there real quick. Actually, I'll show you guys that. I haven't really changed a whole lot except for the lighting. Let me get the camera in there. There we go. So you can see there's a little bit more shadow work going on. The transporter on the left side there. Of course, the main console screens. And I'll move the player character over here. So you can see the Desolate Star is there. Looking pretty good. Like I said, I haven't really done a whole lot with this, and I'm not 100% sold on keeping it in the game yet either. I mean, it works, it makes sense. This is how the player got here, whatever. As far as story-wise, it makes sense, but I'm just not 100% sold that I want to keep it in the game yet. I haven't really decided on if I want to keep this tiny little thing that's in the game right now here. It's so out of place. But anyway, there's that. I modified the lighting on that so it starts casting shadows. I took away a lot of lights in the game, mainly ones that just didn't make sense, ones that were in the middle of windows and glass. They were supposed to be for refraction, I guess. Took all of those out. Saved a lot of rendering time. Saves a lot of load time for darn sure. And added a couple more. Let's see, I fleshed out the asteroid, the large asteroid there, and modified a few things on that asteroid. Added some collisions, or colliders rather, so the player can't just walk through the asteroid as they want. Other than that, that's pretty much it. For those of you that have asked about the asset that I was working on, there was work being done on a free asset. It was kind of like a mini game project. It was like an endless base defense game. The Unity team never told me what was wrong with it, so I'm trying to go through the entirety of the code with a fine-tooth comb and figure out what I've done wrong. So I'm almost done with that, and once it's done and it's actually on the Unity Asset Store, I will let everybody know when that's available. It will be free still. I really wanted to get it out for last Christmas, but it looks like it may be this coming Christmas when it's ready. But anyway, when that's ready, I will be posting another video of it on my YouTube channel. And then, of course, I'll post it all over the Unity community, Facebook, forums, so on and so forth. If you want to download it, it'll be free. If you are a beginner and you find it helpful, cool. If you're a pro and you hack and slash it to death and use it for your own benefit, that's cool too. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this weekend. I'm going to try to get some more work done next weekend. And hopefully... Actually, I start a new work rotation, so I'll have a little bit more time off coming pretty soon. I will get a lot more work done, but keep up whatever you're doing if you're a game developer, whether it's Unity, Unreal, CryEngine, raw code, making your own engine. I don't care. Just keep doing what you're doing, especially if you're passionate about it. And take care of each other. Have a great time, and I will hopefully see you all next weekend.